I don't know if you would identify 2024 this way, but some people are calling it the year of unity. I wonder, are you seeing, or would you like to comment on, I know you shot away from this earlier, the growing popularity of women fighting? Whether we're looking at the Professional Women's Hockey League or we're looking at wrestling numbers in the United States apparently being like four times where they were a decade ago. I think it's pretty clear that the women in physical sports, in combat sports, is growing all the time.
Yeah, this one this one's a little bit tricky to navigate for me because
For
I
sure. And if you
just
don't want
so,
to, we can
no, no, I do
bypass.
I do want to address. I'm not afraid of showing
That's
my
good. That's good.
yeah, I think it's important to speak up. Um, but I'm just trying to find the words so that I'm trying to be as inclusive and non-offending as possible. I think personally, I've never really in watching UFC women's UFC fights, I personally was never overly attracted to it. Every now and then, from the martial arts standpoint, I really appreciate it. I'm not trying to take away from women's competition because it's like women, they can be some of the most technical fighters ever and like great. They're so good at listening and executing and all that stuff. But I do want to just mention like there seems to be in our culture this need and this shift towards masculizing, is that a word? Women.
It can be.
Hopefully that makes sense. In
Mhm.
the masculination of, again, I might be making words up, but I think you catch my drift, of women. And I think this just goes right into it where I don't know, women are, you're so much smarter than us men. Like, don't just, you don't need to follow in our footsteps and be barbarians. We need you to be women, you know? And I say this jokingly because I just tried to say like women are they'll thrive in whatever they choose to do. But
Mhm.
I just feel like you have so much more to offer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. And I would say that if women start fighting the bear, they don't need men anymore. Our whole job
exactly.
was to fight the
Yeah.
bear. We haven't had any bears in hundreds of years. Like, men are pretty much,
Yeah.
just trophy pieces. Thinking about the Barbie movie here. So it's hilarious. I don't think we should take ourselves too serious as a
I agree.
collective. I think it's just fun to watch. I do want to say that the little bit more of a red pill thing on that is that the female hormones in birth control, they aren't filtered out of tap water. So anybody that's been drinking tap water and consuming mainstream food for the last 100 years, we're getting inundated by a lot of female hormones. And that is part of what's destroying the male chromosome and the feminization of men in general. So
Yeah, everything seems to be flipped in a weird way where like um men are becoming feminized and then um women seem to be trying to fill that lack of masculinity themselves, which is why I think, yeah, women have been conditioned in today's society to think that they need to be masculine. The problem is, and I don't think a lot of people recognize this, but the problem is the lack of true masculinity,
mhm.
um, and maybe true femininity too. But and that's there's gray zones, and we just live in a giant gray zone.